right, hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Douglasville Impact Community Podcast. I'm Jason Post, and I'm so glad everyone could tune in again this week to listen to our show. We got a great show ahead of us. Let's introduce everybody at the table. We have with us again Mr. Aaron Szarowicz.
Hi, everyone.
Ms. Tiffany Wallace.
Hi, guys.
And joining us in our fourth seat today is Mr. Chris Bass from our Parks Department.
Yes, sir.
Tell us what your official title is, Mr. Bass.
I am the Parks Manager with the City of Douglasville Parks and Recreation Department.
Awesome, and you're doing all kinds of cool, fun stuff over in the parks right now. So so
we wear
that's
so many
awesome.
hats in the parks.
Lots of stuff going on in the
That's
parks,
true.
and they're everywhere. So we'll definitely talk with Chris a little bit and figure out all the fun stuff going on over there. Everybody have a good 4th of July weekend?
It was great.
Yeah, it was warm.
It was.
It was all fun, though. Yeah, good fireworks. A lot of fun stuff going on in the city,
Yeah.
right?
A lot of food, too.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't be a show of ours without mention of food. So
Yes, I need a nice diet after the holiday
Right.
weekend for sure. Because, there was a lot of good food.
Awesome.
diet or a fast?
A little of both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure I can handle a fast. I can't go that long without food. But I can cut it back on it probably a little bit.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Moderation.
Yeah. It's all done in moderation. Yeah. That's really my problem is moderation. I don't go for the sweets. I go for lots of the good stuff. So,
I mean, you only live once, right?
yeah. Why not, right? Yeah. Well, let's jump right into it. What's been going on in the news there, Aaron?
Well, there's been a lot going on. So first off, the city launched its own staff internal volunteer program. So we're
right.
trying to get staff members to kind of go above and beyond their job description or their job duties and get out in the community kind of on their own and, kind of take part in volunteer opportunities throughout the community. That way we can kind of expand our reach into the community with some places that we don't necessarily see every day with, our normal 9 to 5 job duties. So, we're going to kind of incentivize it, give, people a few hours each month during the work hours, during normal business hours to kind of go out and, take part in those volunteer opportunities. So, I think in the show notes, we'll have my contact information, my email address. So if anyone out there has some volunteer opportunities that they need, bodies for or whatever, you can contact me directly, and we'll get that in our monthly email out to the staff. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so that's just kind of a good way for us to kind of extend that public service aspect of our jobs. So
And that's a great resource. So if you do, excuse me, if you do have an organization or a charitable organization that needs volunteers, Aaron is a great resource to get in contact with them and let them know.
Yes.
But also let us know because we're always looking for guests in the fourth seat down there to promote kind of these community
Very true.
organizations who are doing great things and impacting our community. So if you've got anything happening, if you're doing some good work in our community, we always ask that you let us know. You can shoot us an email at impact@douglasvillega.gov is our email address we've set up for the show, so you can kind of reach out, tell us some awesome things going on in the community, some awesome things that you and your organization are doing, and we can also tie that in with Aaron's volunteer program and maybe get some city employees to plug in and volunteer and
That's
help
right.
out with those organizations, because there's a lot of great organizations doing great impactful things in our community and helping out our fellow citizens, and we want to come alongside as much as we can and help
Yeah,
those
definitely.
organizations that are doing great things in our community. So it's
Definitely.
awesome. It's a good program. It's
Right.
awesome.
Right.
And we've had a good response from the employees so far.
We
right?
have, yeah. So there's been a lot, people are out there. I think we have 80 plus hours so far.
That sounds about right. In the
Yeah.
first month or two,
Yeah,
right?
the first month or
Yeah,
two. So
which is great.
Excellent.
Yeah.
our staff wants to get out there, and I think that's kind of a good part of what we do, is being able to serve and kind of getting out of the office or out of your normal routine and doing something extra kind of makes us feel good. So
For the public good.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And
Right.
part of this is just recognizing some of the volunteer hours that the staff is already doing, because we do have a lot of our staff is great, and we have a lot of people who are already plugged into these and already giving of their time and above
Right.
and beyond and their extra time. So it's just a way for us to also recognize what's going on and what our employees are doing to give it back to
course.
the community, which is also a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. And then alternatively, if any of our listeners or anyone out there knows or wants to find ways to volunteer in the community, our website, douglasvillega.gov, is a good resource for that if you want to get involved with local government. We have volunteer opportunities for our boards and committees and steering committees and all that stuff. So there's a section of our website where you can fill out a form and kind of, outline what you are interested in helping us out with. And so we're always looking for new people to volunteer, and so that's a good way to do it too, on our website.
Yeah, that's great. And we'll put a direct link in the show notes as well for that. That's douglasvillega.gov/volunteer, I believe. We'll take you directly to that form to get you. We'll collect your information for boards, commissions, authorities, all those volunteer.
Right, and when you
bodies.
click submit on those go directly to staff members who kind of oversee those. So it's not just going to it's not going out into the ether. There's actually, it's going directly to multiple staff members. Right. So
because we have boards and stuff all over the city at this point that do all. We have the bicycle and pedestrian committees.
Right.
We've got the planning zoning type stuff.
Right.
The Parks has a board now, right?
We do.
Parks has a Parks board. There's a tree board. I mean, there's whatever your interest is, whatever your specialty is.
We have something for you. They're for sure. We have something for you.
Yes. Definitely get you plugged in.
So as many voices and as many people that we can get helping out, that makes it easier for us to kind of execute what it is that we're here to do. So
absolutely
cool.
So that's great. And then finally, our last news item. It was kind of funny when I was putting my notes together. I didn't know who the guest was, and then I found out after I kind of wrote my little, my notes. And our guest, Mr. Chris Bass, the parks manager, was in D.C. recently, and kind of representing the city with the After School Alliance for their After School for All challenge. Correct?
Correct.
You want to tell us a little bit about that? You probably have more information than I would about it. So.
And since you're here.
Right, definitely. So for the third straight year, the federal government has eliminated 21st century funding, which funds after-school programs around the entire United States. And here in Douglas County, a lot of our after-school programs ran by Douglas County School Board are funded by 21st century funding. And because it's eliminated, that would take away after-school programs within this county, the state, and other states and around this nation. So a group of us, 15 from the entire United States, went to D.C. and we lobbied and met with our congressmen and senators, and we asked them to don't vote on this, to not stand for this budget, to fund this program, which is really beneficial for, like I say, not just our community, but for everyone, because kids need after school programs. Parents have to work, so
right, definitely,
and it was a great experience. Had a chance to meet Senator David Perdue, Rick Allen, Congressman John Lewis, and they were all on board with our program. So hopefully that budget does not pass, and I'll go back and put that funding in for us. Yeah. So
well, great job. That's a big that's a big thing for our community.
Right. Absolutely.
The youth is very important. I know the mayor and council are big on developing the youth, both physically, getting them out, getting them active, and then academically as well. So I know after school programs promote that. It's the best way to promote it for us. So good job, Chris.
Across the board impact. I remember reading something, I don't know if it was in the press release about this or something else, about the impact that those after school programs and some of the stats on how they tie to the effect on children after school.
Right.
I don't remember what the exact number was, but it was a huge impact. I don't know if you're familiar with what I'm talking
about. So that 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. time is so crucial.
Right.
And that's when the crime rate goes up in youth. A lot of kids, once they leave school, they don't get another meal,
Right.
And after school programs help that. So being able to allow parents to have access to those after school programs is great. So at that time is crucial, and a high percentage of parents need a program. So,
So that's where you're talking to impacting not only just the school and the school kids and the parents, but you're talking about lowering crime stats in the city and things like that, because you got some teens or some of them that are out with nothing to do and nowhere to go. They're more likely to get into trouble. So
if they don't have anything to do, they're going to find something to do.
We were all kids.
It's not always the smartest thing to do what they find, right? So
definitely reduces risky behavior. So,
that's
good.
awesome. So it's a great impact, definitely. So good job, awesome.
Yeah.
lobbying on our behalf. Thank
Yep.
you.
That's right.
Thank you.
That's all we have for the news.
All right,
Good
good
deal.
stuff. All right,
Awesome.
Tiffany, I know we got a bunch of events coming up,
Yeah,
right?
it's a busy
It's
month.
summertime.
Right. So let's get into it. So we have Wednesday Wind Down. I'll just go and through the rest of July for Wednesday Wind Down. So on July 10th, we have the Michael Zabe, his band. July 17th is the main attraction band. July 24th is Milkshake. I know.
It's
everyone-
popular.
Looking forward to
Everybody
that.
loves milkshake. He
Yes.
is good.
And July 31st is Casper and the 911 Band.
Yeah.
And all of these events take place on O'Neill Plaza from 7 to 9:30 p.m. So come enjoy the Wednesday Wind Down concerts, and it goes until August 14th. So,
Right.
but just to give you guys just a little bit for now, we're just going through July. So, good deal. So, on July 11th, we have the Economic and Development Lunch and Learn, and that will be at the Conference Center from 12 to 1 p.m. So, you know, if you want to learn a little bit more about how to open a business, how to do business in Douglasville, that would be a great 1 hour just tidbit for you to come and attend. And also on July 11th, we have the PD's regular community enrichment, and that will be at Hollis Street, and that's from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So, and that moves us to the 15th through the 19th, the digital media camp. The second session is going on, and that's from 9 to 12. Did I get that correct? Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. And then also the Camp Fantastic is still ongoing. Okay, awesome. And that is from 8 to 5.
So it's from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.
7 to 6. Okay, great. Awesome. Yeah. And that continues until
until
when?
the last day, last of the week
Okay.
of July.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Indeed. So yeah, because it's almost school time again.
School's
Can we
about to be
believe
back
it?
in session.
Right.
Summer's gone,
Crazy.
It is
y'all.
insane. So yeah, so you know, just get ready, enjoy these last few days of summer.
Soak it in while you can.
Right.
Yeah.
Indeed. And on July 19th, we have the second screen on the green. Ralph Breaks the Internet. That'll be at Hunter Park at dusk. And Chris, as you said, the first one got, you know, just
Really big success.
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
People everywhere.
Good.
We may have to move to the baseball field. Yeah, so many people.
fine.
So
That's
yeah.
great.
Very
That's
fun.
good.
Yes, and they're already setting up, Parks is already setting up the schedule for next year. So, and we'll have 4 dates next year.
Yep, 4 dates
Awesome.
next year.
Great, an increase. Awesome. So look for that in 2020. So on July 21st, we have the Ice Cream Social, and that will be on O'Neill Plaza, and it's a Sunday. So after church, if you guys are, you know, do that, you
It's
can.
National Ice Cream Day.
Yes, it's
is,
National
yeah.
Ice Cream Day, and free ice cream, fun and games on O'Neill Plaza, and that starts at 3, and it goes from 3 to 5. So nice afternoon at the plaza. Free ice cream, can't beat it.
Free ice cream. You said
Yes.
free ice cream, right?
Definitely.
I think I
free
heard
ice
free
cream.
ice cream.
All free ice cream.
Free ice cream.
Free ice cream.
So,
Sold.
and that's pretty much it. That takes us to the end of July. So, yeah, good things coming on. And you can always check our events on our city Facebook page. We're also on Instagram as well. Yay. And, of course, the city website, douglasvillega.gov.
Yep. Awesome.
Good deal?
That's just July.
Yes.
That's just the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we're back in school.
Yep.
Wow. The
School
summer
starts.
has flown, man. Yeah.
First week in August.
It's been a busy summer.
Yeah.
It has. It's been fun, though.
Yeah.
So,
Good stuff.
speaking of fun, all right, Chris, tell us all about the Parks and Rec Department. You guys got so much going on.
We do.
You talked about some of the things. We talked about the screen on the green,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of new programs and stuff that you guys you've headed up and kicked off, which is
Mm-hmm.
great. So tell us a little bit about the programs and things like that. Tell us about
Yeah.
the screen on the green and the camps and things like that you got going on.
Gotcha. So, well, first let me say we'll be happy when the kids go back to school. We can take a break.
Yeah, all those kids are great though. They came by here and they took a tour for the digital media camp. We showed them the
Yes,
studio and
yes.
stuff. Those are some good kids.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Yeah.
We enjoy working with kids. That's what we do.
Yeah.
But even in the fall, we have some a lot of good programs going forward. So, like you mentioned, the Screen on the Greens, great really good program, and we also held this summer a Kids to Park Day, which was another successful
That's
event.
right.
we wanted to offer programs that were had a lot of community input. We went through our master plan process and we saw that we lacked in programs and special events. So what we did was put out some surveys asking our citizens, what do you want? And youth programs and special events were two of the biggest rated. So and specifically health and wellness programs. So earlier in the spring we offered a Shamrock Run, 5K at Hunter Park, health and wellness. Youth programs, digital media camp, which was a great success. We're getting ready to go into session 2. So we're trying to just really get that community input, offering what the citizens want. I'm not from Douglasville, so I can't come in and program based on what I like. We got to service our citizens. So a lot of, like I say, health and wellness programs, senior programs we're looking to roll out during the fall, some senior aerobics, chair aerobics, walking clubs. So we're really trying to focus on servicing all different groups, young adults, youth, seniors, all populations. So, yeah, we do have a lot going on, and we're just going to keep the ball rolling.
Well, you're doing an awesome job with it. And one of the things you mentioned was the community input. And we've talked about it on the show before, about all the things that we've got going on, all these different plans and stuff. And that is a huge component. And everything we do, we try to have that as a key component, is reaching out to the community and saying, hey, what do you guys want to see in the city? Because in the end, we're here to provide for the community, for the citizens. We need to know what they want to see, what they want us to be doing. We're serving them, right? So that's a great point. And one of the things that we were big on connecting them was the Parks Master Plan, which you mentioned. So tell us a little bit about the Parks Master Plan. Maybe you can tell us where we're at on that and what we can look forward to seeing coming up from that.
So I can honestly say we have a working master plan. We have already completed so many different components of that master plan within the first 6 months. And from a facility standpoint, we're making upgrades to our facilities at Hunter Park, at Jesse Davis. 2 of our parks are going under renovations, hopefully within this year. So we're trying to really make sure that it's a map to our success with the Parks and Recreation Department. Even from a like I say, you mentioned programs. Trying to make sure we actually take that data that was collected and incorporate that in our programs within these new parks. So I give you a good example. Right now we're trying to figure out which direction we want to go with a pool, what type of aquatics offerings we want to offer. We went through and we had our designs completed, and we originally planned on going with splash pads, but some of the citizens say, hey, well, let's what about both, or what about splash pads here or pool here? So we're trying to take that input to come up with the best decision to serve our citizens, and all that information that comes from our master plan. So we've had several community input meetings in conjunction with our master plan to get that feedback, just to kind of piggyback off of some of the initial input that we received. So, yeah, definitely.
Really so the whole redesign meetings and stuff we've had as well.
Last month, though we had 2 last month.
We did. We had 2 last month, and they were really successful. The community came out. They they voiced their concerns, and they were able to see, their voices being heard through our master plan.
Which is good, because you mentioned a couple of the parks coming under renovation hopefully this calendar year.
Correct.
But we're looking at some major park renovation stuff. So you're looking at Jesse Davis getting a big overhaul. You're looking at a lot of the smaller parks, the Mill Village and Wortham Park, getting some pocket park type renovations, and a trail system to connect them.
Yes,
is in the ultimate plan, which is
that's
awesome.
in the plan,
great,
and that's going to help connect us to other local counties and communities. So that trail system will be big for our community.
Yeah, that's a big thing that a lot of people I think are excited about. That trail system tying the park. So you're talking about walking trails and biking trails and tie them together and stuff, which is, you have to do a master plan to really accomplish something like that. You can't look at an individual park and say, hey, let's make over this park. You got to do a master plan for all of your park system to accomplish something like that. So it's a big plan. It's an awesome plan. The stuff I've seen, there's some great renderings and stuff out there for kind of proposals and stuff like that. It looks great. And I think people are going to be really excited about the changes that are about to come to our park system and some of the cool things that you guys are about to start offering. It's all really, really exciting. We said it before. If we said it, we'll say it again. It's an exciting time to be in Douglasville, because a lot of really cool projects are about to actually start moving. We've done all this planning for years now. We're about to start actually moving on a lot of these things, and it's going to be really, really good. So, anything else coming out of parks we need to be looking for?
So we'll be getting ready to roll out our fall and winter program guide, and currently we're working with Community Relations Department to figure out how we can get the biggest reach, make sure we're getting that information out to our citizens. So we hope to have that out by August. and you'll see all of our new programs, special events we have coming up for the upcoming 2 seasons. So,
Awesome. Yeah,
Very fun.
loads of
Yeah.
stuff coming up.
yeah.
Good
And
things.
you can always find it on our website, douglasvillega.gov or douglasvilleparks.com. We'll take you directly to the parks page. So a lot of good information going up there, and we try to keep everybody informed as much as possible because there's so much constantly happening.
We are on the move, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Chris, for joining us today and telling us all about that
Yes, sir.
stuff and everything that's going on. Thank you guys both for joining us. Thank you guys for
Absolutely.
tuning in. And we'll say again, hey, if you're watching us, if you're listening to us, leave us a comment, leave us a review, give us a rating, help us to get out to more people, more citizens in our community with our show. So share us out on your social media. Let everybody know about the show. We're here every other week bringing all the information we can find out. So we want to inform our citizens as much as possible about all these great things happening in our communities. So help to share us out. Let us know what you think. You can always send us an email to the impact@douglasvillega.gov email address if you got comments, if you got requests, if you got questions. If you have a question for us, shoot us an email. If we've got an
Definitely.
answer, we'll get back to you. Maybe we'll talk about it on the show. So whatever we can do to help our citizens and stay involved and help communicate all the wonderful things happening in the city of Douglasville.
True.
So thanks again for joining me at the table. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Douglasville Impact.